I'm Aveline and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all having an amazing day. So today we're building another house. I know, big surprise, as if we don't build houses or apartments almost every day here on the channel, but today we're building another house, and I was talking about this one in my speed build yesterday. I was really hoping that I could have it done in time and up on the channel, and I managed. I don't know how I did, but I managed. So yeah, that is what we're doing today. We're building this sort of like lake house that's a little bit rustic, or it's supposed to look like it's kind of like a rustic cottage that has been slightly renovated, so it's got contemporary windows, you know, the big clear ones from base game, and I really like how it turned out. I also added these skylights or open windows that I did a tutorial on about 1 or 2 months ago, so you can find that on my channel if you want a slow explanation on how to do those windows or how to make those windows. So yeah, I just wanted it to have sort of like a renovated feel to it. So yeah, that is what we're doing today, and I hope you guys like this one. So it was inspired by a painting or a drawing that I saw on Pinterest actually. So you guys know that I spend a lot of time browsing Pinterest. It's sort of like my hobby at this point. I just like to look at houses or drawings of houses, sometimes even floor plans. I don't know, I just like to do that to get ideas for what I can do here on the channel and just look at different houses, be a little bit critical of them, you know, it's a little bit fun. So anyways, I was browsing around the other day and I came across this picture and I thought it just looked so adorable with the whole, you know, the whole landscaping. Like there's a hill up to the front door and it's right by a lake, and there was a lot of plants and a lot of trees, and it was just so beautiful and idyllic. I just knew I needed to build something like it, but in The Sims. So that's what we're trying to do today at least, and I don't know, personally I like how it turned out, so I hope you guys like it as well. You seem to be really happy about it on my Discord server, so I'm hoping that it's okay. So this house is built on a 40 by 30 in Windenburg. It's on the island. I think there's only one 40 by 30 on the island, so you should know which one it is if you have get together. And I have built on this lot for my save file, so unless you guys really want me to put this house in the save file, I probably won't, because I already have a house that's sort of like perfect for this lot compared to the other houses that I built in this area. But if you really like this house, I will add it to the save file, just, you know, because I don't know, maybe you like this one better than the other one. So the other one that I built was the rustic coastal family home that I did not too long ago, and I'm pretty sure that during that video I actually said that this lot is incredibly frustrating to build on, especially as a speed builder, because you need to take pictures for thumbnails and, you know, all that stuff, and there are so many trees around this lot. They're just in the way constantly, so I don't know why I decided to build on this lot again, because I really do not like this lot, but I did. So yeah, it just kinda, I felt like it had to fit in Windenburg, and I felt like it would fit better on the island than in the foresty area, so I decided to just build it here anyways. And then I wanted to make sure that I was building on a lot that was big enough for me to just play around with the pool tool, because I really wanted them to have a pond that was as big as possible, because it's kind of supposed to look like a lake. Obviously we can't really do that, but I tried to make the pond at least as big as possible. So usually when I make ponds, I'll actually use the fountain tool for that. Just because I think it looks a little bit more realistic for whatever reason, but this time I actually stuck to the pool tool, so the Sims can swim in the pond if they want to. It doesn't look like it's super clean because I was also using, you know, some of the dirt, what's called wallpaper, and also flooring, and there's some plants in the water as well, but they have the opportunity to swim in the pond should they want to, so at least they got that going for them. So yes, it's built on a 40 by 30, and it's for 2 parents, 1 teen, and also 1 toddler. So it's not the biggest house for, like, on a 40 by 30. It's definitely not the biggest house I've built on a 40 by 30. but there's a lot of landscaping going on around the house, so of course it's limited how many rooms I can add to the interior when it's not really the biggest house. So, but I did manage to fit in the loft here, and that's where the teen has their room, and then I've actually had to put the parents' bedroom and also the toddler's bedroom in the basement. It's not really a basement because it's like a the front door is on the second floor technically. I don't know, it's a little bit difficult to explain. You'll see that once we get to the interior when I'm doing the floor plan. But I'm gonna call it the basement anyways. So that's where they sleep, but they have like windows and everything they should need. The parents have an ensuite bathroom, and there's another bathroom in the basement or on the bottom floor. And then the team will have to go downstairs to get to their bathroom that's also shared by guests and stuff, but hopefully that should be okay. It's right by the front door as well. So they have 3 bathrooms total, 3 bedrooms total, and other than that they have both a dining area and a kitchen and also a big living room, and there's also this sort of like office area as well. So they should have everything they should need. I just, the floor plan is a little bit strange, but you'll see that in a little bit. So I also wanted to say congratulations to Mary Griffin for winning the second part of my Strangerville giveaway, or my Q&A 50k giveaway, I guess. So congratulations, I hope you're enjoying Strangerville, and for the rest of you, don't worry, we are going to be doing more giveaways here on the channel. Maybe not like in the next week or so, but I do have I'm pretty positive there's an expansion pack coming out sometime very soon, so keep an eye out for that, and we'll definitely be doing a giveaway around that time. I hope so, at least. So I don't know, let me know what you think the next expansion pack is, because I need hype. Like, I am just so ready for new content at this point. I have been building so many houses with the content that we already have, and I just need more, even though I'm a little bit scared about a new world, like I've said before a couple of times. But I love new content. It's the best. So I am so excited to see what they have in store for us this time. And I don't know, I'm just really excited to see what they got up for, what's coming up next. Yes, that's what I meant to say. So I think they have to do, or at least release a trailer or something sometime soon, announce something, tease something on Twitter. There has to be something very soon. I can feel it in my bones. I just want to point this out, by the way, because I feel like sometimes on my Discord server I do have to point it out, but I know nothing, by the way. I just have a feeling that something's gonna happen sometime soon, so. But I think we're just gonna stop talking about that now, because I'm gonna get way too excited about it, and yeah, no. Anyways, so we're getting through the exterior of the house pretty quickly, I think. I actually managed to do most of the exterior before I moved on to the interior. Usually I'll do like the front, or I'll start out building the house shell, sometimes with doors and windows, sometimes I'll wait until I'm done with the house shell before I add windows and doors, and then I'll do the front yard, or I'll add wallpaper, of course, first, and then I'll do the front yard, then I'll move on to the interior, and then I'll do the backyard. But because we don't really have like a proper front yard and a proper backyard, I just kind of went with I just kind of did the whole exterior before I moved on to the interior. I think I did cut out some, like me placing some plants on the back of the house, and also some terrain painting, because it just got a little bit boring and repetitive, to be honest. Like, painting dirt is not the most exciting thing to watch, in my opinion, so I'm pretty sure I cut a lot of that out, especially when painting dirt under trees, for example, because I did place a lot of trees behind the house, because I kind of wanted it to look like it was slightly in a forest or something like that. So yeah, a lot of trees behind the house, and just in general a lot of plants, because I think I mentioned this in yesterday's video, but I just really wanted to go crazy with landscaping a little bit, so I was really excited about doing that in this video, or for this build. It was so nice to just go a little bit crazy. I also think it suits the surrounding landscaping very well when you place a lot of plants around your houses. Like, you go a little bit crazy with the landscaping around your houses when you're building on this island because there's a lot of like trees around, there's a lot of random plants here and there, and it just blends in really well in my opinion at least. So I like that it kind of suits the surrounding landscaping very well, at least in my opinion it does. So I also placed a gazebo out here in sort of like next to the house a little bit, so that gazebo is blocking the view from the living room just a little bit. So I placed the living room in the right side of the house when you're looking at it from the front, and then I placed the gazebo almost right in front of the windows, so they can see a little bit like over the ocean just a little bit, but they definitely have a better view from the gazebo. I know that the Sims don't care about these things, but I do when I'm taking screenshots. So basically it was annoying me a little bit when I was looking out the windows from the living room because I could sort of see like the gazebo roofing a little bit, and I don't know, I just thought I would point that out to you guys. But I placed a grill area under the gazebo. Of course I did. I need my grill areas in my builds, but they definitely have a very, very nice view from that gazebo. Oh, and also, by the way, if you want, you can find fish signs in the debug catalog that you can place at pools or next to pools, sort of, and your Sims will be able to actually, what's it called? Fish in them? Why did I not remember what that was called? Anyways, so you can do that by, on PC, activating Ctrl-Shift-C, and then you type in bb full stop show hidden objects, and then in the left side of the screen right now where it says search, there's a magnifying glass right next to it. Click where it says search, and then you type in debug, then press enter. You may have to wait just a little bit for the debug catalog to load, and then you just scroll down until you find a fish sign that you can place next to the pool, and your Sims should be able to fish in the pools, which is kind of cool. It should work with pools as well. I have tried it out with fountains or with the fountain tool, and it worked perfectly fine, so I'm pretty sure I've been told before that it works with pools as well. So if you'd rather play with them as like ponds instead of pools, you can do that, but I think our Sims will actually still be able to swim in them if you place the fish sign next to it. But so you can kind of play with them as both. I don't know, but just thought I would tell you guys in case you did not know, you can find those fish signs in the debug catalog. So as you can see with the floor plan, it is a little bit weird. We do have some space on the bottom floor, so in the quote-unquote basement, where it's just empty. There's no room there or anything, but I didn't want to put another bedroom in there because there's no windows, and it's not like sometimes I feel okay putting like a teen's bedroom in the basement or a playroom or something like that, like a gaming room, or I don't know, something like that, maybe a laundry room or a bathroom. But I just wasn't feeling it for this house. I didn't want to put one of like another child's bedroom in there. I thought that would be way too dark for a kid to sleep in, basically. So I decided to just keep it empty because no windows. And yeah, so I only made room for 2 bedrooms on the ground floor, and then they have another little lounge area as well where the door to the outside is. There's this little lounge area right next to it, and other than that, like I said earlier in this video, the parents have an ensuite, and there's also a bathroom that is kind of accessible for everyone, but I did try to keep in mind that that's the bathroom that the toddler has access to. So there's a potty in there, there's also a bathtub. You can have pets in this house if you want to. There should be plenty of space to put in a litter box as well, but I decided to not give this family a pet for a change because I've kind of been giving all my latest families pets, and I don't know, not all you guys have cats and dogs, so kind of have to dial it back just a little bit now and then. So for the interior, we're kind of going for a rustic, kind of contemporary feel to it. I wanted it to look very stylish, but at the same time also kind of rustic. Not saying that rustic can't be stylish, but hopefully I'm making sense. Like, I wanted it to look cleaner than, you know, rustic traditional like I usually do. So yeah, it's more on the contemporary side today, but I felt like it really fit the house, especially because, like I explained earlier as well, I wanted the exterior of the house to kind of have this like renovated feel to it a little bit with the base game windows, the very big windows. So I wanted the interior to suit that very well. So yeah, we're kind of going for sort of like a contemporary feel to the interior. At least I tried to, so it's not my best decorating style, but I tried. There is definitely a lot less clutter in this house compared to some of my latest buildings, but I feel like less clutter fits a more contemporary interior a lot better than putting a lot of clutter in it. Hopefully I'm making sense. At least not from what I've seen in pictures and stuff, like on Pinterest, surprise. But yeah, so I've toned down the clutter a little bit, but I did try to add some extra paintings here and there, and we're actually not using a lot of color through today's build. I know it's been a while since I've probably played around with colors and interiors, so I have to do that sometime soon. Maybe for the video tomorrow, we will see, but not today. Today we're mainly sticking to the same brown tone as the flooring right now, or at least as close to it as possible, and then also some white especially, and a little bit of black as well here and there. And then I just added a little bit of color through the curtains. As you can see, I used the Seasons ones in the kitchen slash dining room, and I've definitely mainly used those throughout the house in the same kind of purple color because I really like that color, and it's not very often that I get to use it, so I could just I went for it a little bit, but I couldn't find a curtain shape that fit these two windows because otherwise they would cover up the entire window, and I really didn't want that because the view from these couches is actually amazing. And like, again, I know your Sims don't care, but I do when I take screenshots. I know you guys do as well, at least some of you guys. So the view is really, really nice, and I didn't want to cover up the windows completely with those curtains, so I decided to go for the Parenthood ones instead for this room. And yeah, for the other rooms, definitely mainly gone for the Seasons ones in the same color as you can see in the kitchen, just because it's a really, really nice color. So I've been getting a lot of questions about this particular shelf lately, and I have a feeling it's been a while since the last time I explained what it is, but it's basically a CC item made by Pictoramobe, and it is linked to in the description down below in case you want to download it. I definitely recommend that you do if you like to clutter your builds up because it is so handy. But yeah, I basically just use it to place clutter. It makes it so much easier to just, because you can basically, what it does is it makes it possible for you to easily clutter up any surface whatsoever. So it's so handy. You can use it for cluttering chairs or ottomans, or I don't know what else you want to clutter, couches or something. Sized down objects as well makes it a lot easier to clutter up those as well. As you can see right here, this is a stool, and now it looks like a small table because I used the shelf right here to basically, I put it at the same height as the stool, and then I placed an item on the shelf, and then I dragged it off the shelf, and then I dragged it onto the stool instead. So it's super easy to use, and like I said before, it just makes it possible for you to basically clutter up any kind of surface in the game. So very, very handy. Can definitely recommend that you download it if you love clutter like I do. It makes it a lot easier. It's, yeah, so handy. So, but like I said before, I did make a tutorial video kind of on how to use it, as well as some other tricks that I use to place clutter. So it's called How to Place Clutter on my channel in case you were wondering, or if you're interested in watching that video or whatever. So yeah, we're moving on to the living room now, I think, and yeah, I swapped out that fireplace because it was a little bit too rustic. When I placed it, it was basically just because I wanted to make sure that I could remember where I wanted the living room to be, but I swapped it out with one of the more contemporary looking ones, and then we're actually going for a lot of white in here as well. I don't know what that's about. I just really like a brown, like a nice warm brown with white. I think it looks great. They're kind of contrasting a little bit, and it's just pleasing to my eyes basically. So I've been using that color scheme, color combination a lot lately, but we're sticking to this couch that is from Spa Day, but we're swapping out the chairs with a base game couch. This one, I think it's base game. If it's not base game, then it must be Get to Work, but I think it's base game. So, and then for the rest of the room, I did not fully know what to do because the room is so big. I was just struggling with it a little bit, but I placed some. It's not just that it's big, there's a lot of windows in here as well, so there's not a whole lot of free wall space either. Basically, the only wall that we got completely free, I managed to place the fireplace on that wall. So definitely not a whole lot of free space to just place stuff on the walls, like bookcases or something like that, because that's definitely my go-to when it comes to living rooms and bare walls. I'll just put down some bookcases and we're good to go. But not in this room, so I was struggling a little bit. I managed to fit in some of the new base game bookcases that we got with the last free update, the ones that are actually attached to the wall, because I think they look really nice, and also sort of, they're kind of modern, but I think they work in a more contemporary interior as well. And then I also placed I think I managed to place in a chess table here by the double windows. I thought it would be really nice if they could sit at the chess table and look over the sea that you can see through the windows as well. This is the view that I was talking about earlier with the gazebo, because the gazebo is kind of in the way a little bit, but you can sort of see the ocean from this room anyways, but it's definitely covering it up just a little bit because the gazebo is almost right outside the window, but it was perfect to place it right there because that's definitely where you got the best view over the entire nature from this house. You have to sit in the gazebo and look over the nature. That would be so nice. So of course I had to place it there, but it's definitely covering up, or it's definitely causing the view to be a little bit worse from this room, but hopefully your Sims don't mind. And then we're moving on to the first one of the bathrooms. So we have 3 total in the house, but I think this is the only bathroom that I furnished on cam or decorated on cam, just because I did end up copy pasting some of the items from this bathroom to the other bathrooms. But there are screenshots of all the bathrooms at the end of the video, I think, or at least 2 of them. Can't promise 3, but at least 2 of them. So I did manage to place laundry in this room, and there's also a shower and a cabinet or a closet, whatever you want to call that, and also a toilet and a potty for the toddler too. So I was trying to do something a little bit fancier with this bathroom. You guys know bathrooms are not my favorite thing to decorate. They're not my favorite thing to watch either. I don't know, I just find bathrooms incredibly boring, but I am trying to just spice them up a little bit in my builds at least, so we're doing that today as well, even though I still feel like they look like basic me bathrooms, but I did try. So also the mirror that I'm using has definitely become one of my go-to mirrors in the game right now. It's from Get Famous, and I just really like the swatches on it, or the swatches that comes in, and I like the patterns around the frame of the mirror as well. It's just very classy, but you can use it for definitely for more elegant interior, but you can also use it for like a boho kind of interior, and I don't know, it's surprisingly versatile and I really, really like it, so I've been using it quite a lot in my builds. Hopefully you guys don't mind. But we're moving on to the upstairs. So this is technically the 3rd floor, and this is where the teens' room is. So they have a very, very big room up here, but I really did not want to cut it down. So they actually have a total of 4 windows or 4 skylights, because there's 2 at the front of the house and also 2 at the back of the house. And they have such a good view from up here, by the way. Like, it's really, really nice. If you go into tab mode and live mode and then you look out the window, it looks so nice. So I can definitely imagine this room to get a little bit cold in the winter, but hopefully your Sims will not mind that either. I don't know, I think loft rooms are so fun to play around with or to decorate in The Sims. I definitely tried to go for a more rustic feel to this little room, also because I wanted it to fit with the wallpaper, because it's the same wallpaper that we're using on the exterior of the house. So if I had to change the wallpaper up here in this room to white, for example, which is the wallpaper I'm using in the rest of the house, the walls on the exterior of the house, where the roofing is at least, would have been white as well, and that would have looked out of place. So I had to use this one up here, and I just felt like a more rustic interior would fit those walls rather than a more modern contemporary kind of interior, so that's what I'm going with. And it's definitely a teen that is very into both photography, but they also like to play piano. They have a lot of books up here as well. They also have their own little study area with a desk and a laptop, and I believe I also placed a notebook over there, possibly also a diary. I love to give my Sims diaries. I feel like the interactions they have with the diary are so cute, so it's definitely become a staple in my builds whenever I make either children's rooms or teens rooms. I just love to put in diaries for them. I think it's adorable in gameplay, so yeah. And then because I kind of imagine this teen to be a music lover as well, I also gave them a music player, so I sized it down just a little bit because it was quite big, but I placed it on this little hallway table situation from laundry day, and then I also placed some CDs next to it and also on top of the CD player or music player, whatever you want to call that. So they definitely have a lot of stuff to do up here, but like I said before, the room is also quite big. I had to like fill it up and everything, and I don't know, maybe this teen is a little bit of a loner as well. Maybe they don't mind being up here by themselves all day. They just have a lot of stuff to do. Maybe they have a lot of hobbies. It's definitely a very, very creative teen, like having both a guitar but also a keyboard and 3 cameras as well, and a music player, and there's a lot of books up there too. Definitely a creative teen in my mind. So yeah, but we're moving on to the downstairs. So this is technically the first floor, but you can also call this the basement, kind of. So this is where the parents' bedroom is and also the toddler's bedroom. So we're starting out with the parents' bedroom, and the shape to this bedroom is very, very strange. So I was struggling with the layout a little bit. It's not the most furnished house or furnished room in this house, but again, I don't really feel like they needed a lot of furniture in here either, because I was trying to go for kind of like a rustic contemporary feel to it. Just ignore the bedside tables. They're definitely not on the contemporary side. But like I said before, kind of like a rustic contemporary. So we're mixing a few items and still trying to keep it on the more luxurious looking side. Like they definitely have money or something like that. They would have to have money. Like just thinking about it, they would have to have money to renovate a house like this. I'm just saying. So if it used to look like an old cottage, like a lake cottage, and they added all the new windows and stuff, I think, because you can see right here on the bottom floor, we're using some different windows. Those are from Seasons. So I have a theory that before they renovated the rest of the cottage, they used, or they had the same kind of windows around the rest of the cottage, like on the second floor, they used to have those kind of windows, and then they've swapped them out with more contemporary looking ones. So that's kind of my theory a little bit, but I really wanted to use some other windows for the ground floor. Also because I felt like if I used the base game windows, like the big clear ones, the big contemporary ones, it just got a little bit too glassy, so I stuck with the Seasons ones for the bottom floor. But we can kind of pretend like those were the style of windows we used for the rest of the house before it was renovated. So, and then we're moving on to the toddler's bedroom. Sorry, I just talked over the entire parents' bedroom, but there wasn't a whole lot going on in there anyways. So I actually like how this toddler bedroom turned out for a change. I've kind of been stuck doing the same things with toddler bedrooms a bit lately. I talked about that in my latest speed build, I think, or possibly not the latest one, but the Tudor one I did not so long ago during this last week or something like that, a couple of days ago. I did talk about kind of feeling like I was stuck doing the same things with toddler bedrooms, but also kids' bedroom. Maybe it's because I need new content for them or something, I don't fully know. I definitely have my favorite items that I kind of stick to for those kind of rooms, but I wanted to do something a little bit different for this one, so I used some other items that I haven't used for a while. Of course, you know, we still gotta have the toy box in here, we gotta have a dollhouse, and also a plushie for the toddler to play with, and also this little blocks right there, and the Webbit tablet. But other than that, it's been a while since I've used this shelf unit, and I think it's so adorable. I remember when I was the kid, I wanted a shelf unit like that because I'd seen it somewhere on TV or in you know, those paper magazines things we get. I remember wanting one of those, but I never got it. So I don't know, it's just really adorable. So I like how that bedroom turned out. I think it's definitely a toddler that's gonna grow up loving the nature or something like that. And now we're actually at the end of the video, so I am going to be wrapping up this voiceover now. I think other than this, I'm just decorating this little terrace down here and then the one above it as well, and that should be about that. So yeah, if you like this build, you can download it off the gallery. My ID is AvelineYT, and you can also find it under the hashtag Aveline or AvelineYT. And let me know if there's anything you want to see here on the channel by leaving a comment in the comment section down below. I am always up for suggestions, and I'll be pre-recording quite a lot here during the next couple of weeks as well, so ideas will actually be super helpful as well, so just right away. And other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Remember to like and subscribe and all that good stuff if you did, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye bye!
And time has passed. Now I wonder where your mind's at. In my dreams I pick you up. I just wanna make it right. I know all about your troubles. Wanna drown into your eyes and feel your blue sky within. So deep in you, I'm blinded by your bittersweet shine. What you need, I'll make you feel free. Be mine tonight and feel your blue sky within. Do you think of me when you're on your way home? Holding hands along the tracks. I'm dancing hours away, but I still so I go order one more shot. In my dreams I pick you up. I just wanna make it right. I know all about your troubles. Wanna drown into your eyes and feel your blue sky within. So deep in you, I'm blinded by your bittersweet shine. Get what you need, I'll make you feel free. Be mine tonight and feel your blue sky within. All the trips we had, our adventures, all the waterfalls and the wild waters, hanging off the cliffs, counting all the shadows. And now we're in the shadows. I wanna feel your blue